Lakers are, I swear, at any level are just different. You know, they have weird. What's the word I'm looking for? They have weird. Not like I was gonna say desires. That's not the word I'm looking for. They have weird habits, I guess. And they play soccer. You know, like while the team's doing their own thing. I remember Butler and them used to like have a soccer ball with all the specialists down there, and they'd have some type of like hacky sack kicking game going on. They just get into weird stuff.
Well, how do you like Coach Rick's characterization of this game going for Brady? He said he expects it to be bloody, like a fist fight. That's what y'all expect to happen Saturday. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty true. You know, it's an interesting game. You know, we've kind of got some confidence and some swagger going into it, and you know, South Carolina didn't start off like they wanted to, but they got better in the second game, and they're gonna be I don't expect them to be really the same team that we all watched and saw playing against Texas A&M. Each week they got better, and watching the film from the next game they got better, and they're becoming, they're understanding more of their identity, and so teams like that are dangerous. They're playing at home, let alone that's a real tough place to play, and one or two things goes their way, as you've seen the past couple of years when we've played there. It's hard to get it, get the ball turned and going our way. So. Every SEC game, and it seems like that one is always a big physical, downhill, tough game, and may the toughest man win, so to speak. So we'll see how it goes.
How do you feel personally, knowing given the situation where you'll be starting? I know you started at Georgia Tech, but there are always a lot of Georgia fans at the Georgia Tech game. I mean, do you consider this your first true hostile?
Yeah.
And so how is this week any different for you along those lines?
Not really. I don't. Until I talk to y'all, I don't really pay much attention to it. But at the same time, you can't not address having to operate in crowd noise. So last week we did a few drives after practice every week of crowd noise, and we'll do a lot of crowd noise stuff this week. And it's just different because your snap count changes, your communication changes, it becomes a whole lot harder. With me telling the O-line what to do when you're standing from me to you and they can't hear you. So it takes a lot of sitting down and saying, like, hey, this is how we're going to do it. Let's make sure we do it this way, and let's make sure, you're relaying that, I can't go to the whole line and tell them everything, because it's like, I start in the middle and I say the protection or whatever the play is, and he hears me, but the guys right next to him can't. So I don't have time to go left, middle, right during the whole play, get back, and, there's 5 seconds. So those guys have to be able to relay and communicate out there on their own. So that's tough stuff we've been working on.
What different, Hutson, is there on defense without having to worry about playing?
Yeah, I mean, the guy's a once-in-a-decade player, and so, he does. You don't really have to put as much focus on when you're preparing for a defense as how are we going to handle this guy. So, you sleep a little bit better.
Listen, it's okay with you, he's moved on.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
What about a team coming off of a signing they won last week? It's up to a team's mindset. Coming off a loss, and a lot of times you see teams sort of flip it the next time they play in a conference game. What goes on in a team's mindset?
Well, I think they just, whether you've lost one game or whether you've lost 4 in a row, after a loss, teams kind of become, I wouldn't say maybe desperate, maybe the right word, I don't know if that's the right word, but guys become a whole lot more hungry because they don't want to turn that one loss into 2 losses. It's also different because you're talking about, if we win this game Saturday with a 3-game advantage over them, and if they win, they've got the head-to-head tiebreaker over us, and that kind of seems like over the past couple of years, that's really what it's come down to in the East. And so, there's an importance for us starting fast as a team and on offense. We can't be naive and think that there's not going to be crowd noise for 48 minutes. those guys are over there tailgating, having a good time before the game, and they're going to be ready to go. But you know, we would like to be able to execute at a high level and be able to kind of maintain that crowd noise. And I think that's possible, but I don't think it's possible that you're just going to take it all out for all of the crowd noise.
But this is just a really good because of the packs and box space offenses like yours. How much do you play the challenge of it's all passing?
Yeah, well, you know, I think, you know, I can't be naive either. I think teams are definitely going to understand that Todd is our biggest weapon. And, you know, we would like to have thrown the ball a little bit better against Clemson, but you know, I felt like we were pretty balanced. We did a pretty good job when we did throw it. We've been working hard. We get those one-on-one opportunities against South Carolina. We got to be able to take advantage of it. And if we don't, you know, we may still be able to find a way to win, but you know, I don't really like our chances if we can't throw the ball.
What do you think of that staff that, whether it's been Stafford, David Green, you know, I mean, whoever's gone over there, Aaron, they haven't scored more than 20 points.
Yeah, that's I didn't know that. That was a pretty interesting statistic. I could have gone without knowing that. But
Get a chance to practice.
yeah. But you know, it's a cool opportunity. It's a cool challenge. I think you know, me as the leader of this offense, to try to stay kind of in that bubble is what do we got to do to win this game. And, you know, I know history has said so and so or whatever, and I think it just kind of speaks on what a tough place it is to play and what a great team they have over there. So we'll see how it goes.
Does a stat like that mean anything to you guys? Because we talk about the games that happened when you were in elementary school or diapers.
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, I think the past couple years since I've been here, I kind of recall on what those games were like, just kind of putting it in my mind as far as what to expect and stuff. But you know, I'm not going through the film library looking at the 1997 game. You know, I mean, I kind of, you know, we'll go back since that D coordinator's been there a few years. I've gone back and watched the past couple games we played against them, but you know, I'm not driving myself crazy over several years ago.
Dylan Thompson at SEC